And hello, fellow gamers. I'm back playing some more ColecoVision this time. I have 3 games set up that I'm going to play. The one that's in it right now is Ladybug. I also have Space Panic, and I have Slither. I am playing this, of course, on a real ColecoVision, as you could judge by the cartridges, perhaps. And I have a roller controller, this big-ass thing, which I'm going to use to play Slither. The first 2 games, I just used the joystick controller, and this is kind of an interesting contraption here. The regular ColecoVision controllers are on the left and the right-hand side right here, with the roller controller just in the middle. And there is a switch in the middle right there that you use to switch between joystick, which is on now, or roller. So, and then the cable coming out of the bottom of this plugs into the controller ports on the ColecoVision. So basically, once you have this hooked up, then you can leave it hooked up, even if you want to switch back and forth between types of games. So for joystick stuff, I just flip the switch to joystick, and now I'm going to use this to play this actual game. When I get to Slither, I'll flip the switch back and use the roller controller. Very, very simple. So, skill 1 player. That sounds good. I have tested these games in advance, but I haven't actually played them very much. So I don't know much of what's going on in them, which is what makes this a Jeremy Tries. So right off the bat, this looks like to be a Crush Roller / Pac-Man clone. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm just going to go collect all the stuff. It does have these paddle things right here, which could be used for defensive purposes. Because presumably, the crazy blue frog things cannot eat me, which I guess I'm a ladybug. Makes sense. I got an aw. Don't know what that is. Now, one thing I know from the testing is you do not want to get those skulls. So they make the navigation a little trickier. I wonder if you could trick the frogs into hitting a skull. There is a limited amount of time, though, I think. So I can't dick around too much and figure that out. And by the end of the level, this is going to be one fat-ass ladybug. It's eating everything. Yeah, see what I did there? I'll pretend that I did that on purpose. Oh shit! I noticed that when the 4th frog came off the center, there was an item in there. Perhaps it would be advantageous to get the item. Mm-hmm. Yummy. Many45 says, isn't this Ladybug Pac-Man, basically? And Jay says, they almost look more like crabs than ladybugs. No, if they were crabs, you would know, because I'd be swearing right now. Because goddamn those places that have crabs. Of course, those could be crabs. Enemy in the middle has changed. Actually, it looks more like a praying mantis, I guess? Ah, fuck you. Lock him off right there. Oh, shit, it does work. Did you see that guy? He ran right into the skull and it killed him. Now that is a cool twist on this gameplay mechanic. Many45 is laughing that I didn't know that the skulls kill you. Well, you know, there's no instructions with this, and the only way you know things is to try them. And, you know, it's one of those things where I was like, that skull probably kills me, but I tried it just to see what it would do, and yeah, it kills you. Oh, fuck! I was not even paying attention to what was next to me right there. Jay says, so this plays Doom, right? It might. I haven't looked around for any homebrews. I'm sure it's got some weird variant of Doom running on it, even if it's not an official port. Because after all, there are variants that run on the Commodore VIC-20. It requires a crazy custom memory expansion now. Like, there's no way it runs on stock hardware or on any of the official memory expansions. And I was going to say the Spectrum 128, but that is not. That is a... Well, yeah, there is a Doom clone on there. Again, not an original engine port, but it's Doom-like in its appearance. Let's give this a reset and try again. And then, of course, the Spectrum 128 also has a variant of Wolfenstein 3D on it, which I would love to play on my channel if I had the proper disc controller hardware to play it. I've thought about buying that hardware just to play that game. Benny45 says, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. No, Mr. Krabs is okay. Mr. Krabs is cool. But whenever there are crab enemies that show up in the game, no. Bane of my gamer existence. Fortunately, I have not yet found any in Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm sure they're in there somewhere. Also in Pokemon, Krabbies are okay. Because they don't try to fucking kill you. Well, unless you're battling one, I guess, like a wild one. Go away, fucker. Go away, fucker. I just need to go through there and get the one fucking thing. So I'm gonna have to lure him over here. Ah, fuck! That would have been pretty close anyway. Many45 says, I used to play this a lot. I was playing on my multi-cart, and I clicked on a game named Duke Nukem, and it was Duck for the NES. Huh. You mean Duck Hunt? In which case you didn't play this exact game. Actually, I don't know. Was there a port of Ladybug for the NES? If there was, I've never heard of it, and it might have been an unofficial port, because you did say you played it on a multi-cart, and so, those did have, depending on the multi-cart that you played, ports of simple arcade games were common because they were simple. Jay says, I already found some crabs in Breath of the Wild. Ah, God damn it. So Jay, if after the stream, when I'm playing Zelda, you happen to hear a yell come from a southerly direction, that was probably me finding the crab. Or crabs. I like that it seems to warn you when it's about to... fuck, what was I doing there? I saw that skull and I got it anyway. Anyway, what I was saying was, I like that it seems to warn you when it's about to release a deadly mantis. Because it makes that sound effect. See, one's going to come out. There it goes. Oh, Jay says they were cute though and collectible, as long as they're not enemies. I will tolerate the presence of a crab if it doesn't try to kill the hell out of me. Too many sound effects going on at once. I think it's starting to confuse the sound chip. The motherfucks, look at that. All this swarming. Is that a chili dog in the middle? Oh, that was sweet. Actually, I think that might be a jalapeno in the middle. Oh, Obman845 says that the game that he played on the multi-cart was just called Duck. Duck? Says he played it on a website when he was 7, so that would be 5 years ago. Jay says, is this the Duck game? Jay found a wiki page. It is on bootleggames.wikia.com/wiki/duck. It says, unlicensed clone of Doki Doki Penguin Land made for the NES in 1987 by Bitcorp and released in Australia and Brazil by HES and Dismac. Huh. Obman845 says, I'm 13 triggered. So when you said a couple of streams ago, yeah, that's right, you said you, at the time, a couple of streams ago, you had been 12 a couple of months before that. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Obman845 says, Karate Kid is easy till the Typhoon level. I wouldn't know, I didn't bother to play it that long even. Obman845 confirms that that is the Duck game on the wiki. Okay, let's do next game. Clack. This game is called Space Panic. And for the licensed ColecoVision games, you have to wait, of course, the time delay for it to start up here. Some of the unlicensed games figured out how to skip that. Okay, so what do we got here? That doesn't sound good. Actually sounds a little bit like sound in Metroid whenever you shoot an enemy. Only pitched up higher. Okay, that's farting. Yeah, that's definitely farting. What? Oh, I'm digging? Okay. So there's these little beasties flying around, walking around, I should say. And what am I supposed to do here? Ow, fuck! I got too close to him. I tried digging, but we were both occupying the same spot on the grid. Oh shit! Okay, he fell in the hole for a second, but then he climbed back out. You motherfucker, he filled it in too. What a dick monkey. Come on, come fall in this. Oh, there we go. Wait, what? He crawled out anyway, and then he filled in the whole damn thing. I guess with his ass excretions. Fall in there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to push the other button to try and walk on him? Hey, Kitsune has joined us. Kitsune says, you came back here? Yes, I did. I will explain that in the after show. Am I supposed to be pushing one of the numeric buttons once I do that? Please don't tell me that you have to try and trap all three of them at the same time. This game's nasty. Shit. I tried pushing some of the numeric buttons. No changes on screen. I've now pushed them all. Come on up here, mofo face. I want to stick you in my hole. Shit. It buzzed at me, I guess, because I wasn't lined up properly to dig a hole. Because, like, I bet it won't let me... No, it will let me there. Fuck face. Fuck! Damn. Jay says, oh sweet Jesus, his animations are amazing. Guess I wasn't really paying attention before, but look at his back feet while he walks. It's like he's flinging his foot almost up to the back of his head. Bitch. Oh, I wonder if he falls in the hole. Damn it. It won't let me dig more. I was thinking maybe I could, like, dig another hole right next to him and then he would fall. But... Okay, what about this? What if I dig a hole on two sides? Won't let me do that? No, only one hole is permitted. I don't know what to do in this game. But I do know that these little beasties are bastards. Bastard beasties. See, and I'm trying to walk on top of him while he's out. Damn. That was a wrist pop. I was trying to walk on top of him while he's, stuck in the hole, but it won't let me do that either. Come on, fucker. The other button doesn't do anything either. Come on, bitch. You fuckface. You fuckface. Jay says, they're bricklayers and you're wrecking their shit. Jesus, Jeremy. I know, I'm a dick, aren't I? I've got no respect for their platforms. Hey, Tom Smith has joined us. Welcome, Tom. He says, I had Slither for the ColecoVision. I had to play it with a trackball. It was the only game I had that played with it. Do you know what that is? The trackball? You mean the roller controller? Which I actually have. Which I'm glad I have, because I happened to walk into a local gaming store at this point almost 3 months ago and saw that they had the roller controller. And I was like, oh, cool, I don't have one of those. And then I noticed that they had a bunch of individually for sale ColecoVision games as well, which is where I got these 3 games that I'm playing on this stream, and an additional 4 that I'll play on my next stream. And it turns out that Slither is one of those games. So I was happy that I happened to buy both the roller controller and a game that actually uses it. Okay, so that's Space Panique, otherwise known as Space Panic. Yay, stream's fucking up. Video output low my ass. Okay, that might have fixed it. Kisuni says the cool version of that game, Space Panic, is Burger Time. I don't know. Sort of similar gameplay. Although I would say compared to Burger Time, that's much simpler. Not saying Burger Time is a complicated game, but you know, there's less going on in that game than in Burger Time. Okay, so now time for Slither. And for this, I switch over to roller controller. And still use the joystick to pick the skill in one player. But now I'm going to use the incredibly loud trackball. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, hopefully not. Yeah, see, that is loud. And I was playtesting this earlier before the stream. For the roller controller, you have, there's 2 buttons you can use, sort of like the regular controller, and you can see what I was doing just there. If you push one of the buttons, you fire in front of you. You push the other one, you fire behind you. And you really have to move this ball to get this guy moving around on the screen. But it does work, even after all these years. It could probably use a good cleaning on the inside. And the dude on the screen does move smoothly in response to it, so I'm pretty impressed with the roller controller. Now, it'd be nice to be able to fire to the left and to the right, but I guess there's just not enough buttons for that. Hey, fuck. Ooh, yay. So this game is a little bit like Millipede, I would say. Because you notice whenever you shoot the snakes in the middle, then they break apart. Except it starts out with a bunch of snakes coming in from the left and the right, instead of a single long millipede coming in from the top. I like the firing rate though, it's fast, and you can hold down the button to continue firing. I noticed that whenever you kill a snake, it leaves a little tumbleweed thing behind it, which then serves to get in the way of future shots until you destroy that. And get in the way of yourself, apparently. Man, I'm so spoiled with the acceleration on my modern trackball, where just with my thumb, I could literally move it like that and move the cursor all the way across the screen. Whereas with this, I'm like flinging the ball here. And again, maybe that's something that would work better if I cleaned it. I looked at doing that before the stream, but it looks like I'd probably have to unscrew the bottom of it and take it apart. Like there's not just like an easily removable cover, at least I don't think there is. Since Tom Smith is familiar with this game and the roller controller, perhaps he has a suggestion for opening / cleaning the ball, or the rollers I should say, or if the game is actually performing normally and this is how it's supposed to work. Because if it is, then there's no need for me to open up the roller controller at all. Interesting thing that I found out is that the first generation MSX and the ColecoVision use the same graphics chip. So with some software modifications, you can actually port games between the two systems, because they use the same CPU as well. I don't know if it runs at the same speed, but same instruction set. They're both Z80. Tom says, wow, I haven't seen this game in so long. And Kizuna says, Turbo Fire is nice. Indeed it is. Tom says, do you have Sewer Sam for the ColecoVision? No, I do not. If I happen to find a copy, though, I'll certainly buy it. Because ColecoVision games around where I live are pretty rare, so I have a list of what I have on my phone at all times. So if I see a ColecoVision game anywhere and it's not on my phone, or it's not on my list on my phone, then I buy it instantly. So if I do see a copy of Sewer Sam, I'm getting it. Tom says that Sewer Sam even talked. I think he said, oh no. That was incredible hearing a voice come out of the game. Yeah, I know. And I bet the entire system froze while it was saying, oh no, didn't it? Because it probably took all the processing power and memory that the system had to offer. Tom says, of the roller controller, he says he never cleaned it, but I remember the ball didn't seem to work all that well. I think it's just the controls. And he says you do have to roll it a lot to get somewhere. So yeah, I'm thinking that there's probably my roller controller is probably working as well as would be expected considering its age. Kitsune says my calculator has a Z80. That's what a lot of those CPUs have been repurposed for calculators and stuff these days, like the 6502, which was also used in the Commodore 64 and the NES and the Famicom, and the Intel 8086/8088, which was used in the first PCs. Amanda45 says, I went to San Diego once, and I forgot to look for Luna video games. Oh man, you should have gone in, man. That's where Ian, who is on the Completely Unnecessary podcast with Pat the NES Punk. Ian works at Luna Video Games. Which, by the way, I haven't heard any updates on his condition, and I think I heard that he was able to get fully funded for his medical bills, which is friggin' awesome. But anything beyond that, I haven't heard. I haven't checked, though. Tom says that the game in Sewer Sam, whenever he said, oh no, that it did indeed freeze, and he would say it at the start of the level. Kizune says the 6502 is also in the PC Engine, a derivative, yeah. Sort of like how in the NES and the Famicom it was not a stock 6502, it was extended by Nintendo. And the 6502 in the PC Engine was extended by Hudson. Amanda45 says he didn't know about Ian, what's his last name? Ian Ferguson? About his medical problems. But yeah, there was, whenever he posted, it was either an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter. Let me reset this, just so that there's something on the screen. He put up an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter or something, and along with that he posted a big long description of all the crap he's been going through over the past 6 months or something, and all the doctors he's been to and how nobody can seem to figure out what was wrong with him. But from what I understand, it was just generalized stomach pain. And I don't know if he meant that was like in his actual stomach or just abdominal pain. But it just kept steadily getting worse and worse, and they kept pumping him full of painkillers. And of course those painkillers, made him zonked out, so then he practically couldn't do anything. But that was at least a couple of months ago whenever I read that, so hopefully he is better now. I'm going to play some more of this, because this is actually pretty cool. Also, what do you suppose that thing is that I'm playing as? Is it like, it looks roughly like a dick with a pus-filled nutsack. That's what I'm going to call it. One of the unsung heroes of the 80s. The dick with the pus-filled nutsack. Starred only in Slither. Never used him for anything else. Shame. Missed opportunity. I keep forgetting that I can fire behind me. Fuck! I tried to get in front of him when I should have just stayed where I was. I gotta say though, once you get used to the speed of the roller controller in this game, it does actually provide a pretty good way of controlling the game. Gives you much more flexible positioning of your dude. Not to say that this couldn't be doable with a joystick. And you can vary the speed at which you move by flipping the ball faster or slower. Like, if I was moving around with a joystick, I'd be stuck in going at best 8 directions and moving at the same speed unless they decided to modify it with a button press in combination. Makes me wonder if there's a missile command port for the ColecoVision. Or clone. There's probably a clone. And I mentioned missile command because that's how the arcade game controlled, was with a rollerball. Jesus. Shot the middle of that snake and it just exploded into a bunch of them. Brr. Fuck. piss. Got one more chance. It's funny, it's like just when the jingle gets going, that's when it stops. Really wish I could fire to the left. Trying to clear out some of these damn bushes. A penis clearing out some bushes. Game over. I guess Kitsune saw the copyright date on this. He says 1983. Hey, that's the Famicom's era. Indeed it is. And Tom says, I also think that Sewer Sam was an 85 game. I never saw another ColecoVision game that recent. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that there were any published then. Because wasn't the big video game crash, wasn't that in 1983? Oddman's 845 suggests that maybe the thing I'm using is a poison spray bottle. He also says the Atari 5200 trackball controller was a beast. Indeed it was. I don't have one, but the trackball controller, that is, I do have a 5200, but I've seen them put side by side, and the trackball controller is almost as big as the system itself. It's insane. And the inside of the 5200 itself is mostly empty space. So it makes you wonder, why make it so goddamn big? To make it seem like it was doing more than it actually was, perhaps? Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video, and the next time I come around, I will play 4 more ColecoVision games, and then that'll be it. I'll be out of ColecoVision games once again. So until then, see ya.